Hey, it's Jay Clark here. We're out today and we're out with Jamie at Twisted. He's going to tell us about all the things he's doing to these Honda 450L and X models to make them fast on close course competition, off-road use. A lot of guys want to ride these things in the desert, off-road, and in races. And he's going to give us some info on what he's doing to make these things rip.
How's it going? It's Jamie Ellis with Twisted Development. We're out at Cahuilla Creek in Southern California to do some testing on the all-new 2019 CRF450L and CRF450X. As some of you may know, this is a very awesome bike, but in stock trim, there's a lot to be desired. This muffler here is the muffler that comes off the bike, roughly 17 pounds. So already, from switching to an aftermarket exhaust system, as in Pro Circuit, FMF, or Yoshimura, they're all making them now for these bikes, you're going to gain a ton of weight savings as well as a lot of performance. By the time that we got the bike on the dyno, that's always stage one. We'll come out here to Cahuilla Creek where we're on an off-road motocross course as well as some single track trail riding to develop the final settings. We've already been past the dyno work. We know where the thing should work. Now we're actually going to go into the field and do some testing and figure out how good we can really make this bike. So adding a Vortex ECU, which needs to be specifically programmed for a CRF450X or specifically for a CRF450L. They will not interchange. By the time you add that to the motorcycle, it becomes awesome.
So you already dynoed the maps in the 450L and 450X. What did you see on the dyno?
So on the dyno here, you can see you don't really have to know how to read a dyno chart to see that the blue one is stock and the green one is what we came up with. And they never touch each other. They're miles apart from ordinary.
Trust me when I say that it's a substantial gain in this thing. So that thing's pretty sweet. So big gains. And now you said with you get close with just this stage one with a pipe, mapping, pulling the air. Where's that little air cork thing?
Yeah, so this is the air cork thing that we actually pull right off the top. The thing is so chucked up for emissions that as an off-road motorcycle, which that's our purpose on why we're building it, to be raced off-road and desert, you don't need all of these things that are required on a closed course. So just by removing the snorkel that limits the intake airflow, and then by getting a good flowing exhaust, the increase in gains that we're able to make with this thing are absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, so again, doing just these things, these simple bolt-on mods, how close can you get this thing to, like, say, a stock 450R?
So in stock trim with the stock cams and the stock everything, we're making a dramatic increase in how much better it is. It still is not quite yet. Stay tuned for a stage 2 package that we're going to develop after this day. We feel that most of our customers are going to end up having a stock bike. They're going to put a pipe on it and need an ECU. Proven, as soon as you do that, the little bike comes to life. So that's stage 1, so that's what we're working on now. But in the future development, we will have cams and head spec, CNC porting. Like, we want to, at first, get some of these things out to the average customer that isn't looking to spend a ton of money and get a lot of bang for his buck.
And this gets him a lot closer or further ahead than a KTM 500 EXC.
Yeah, in stock trim, this bike is going to be quite a bit slower than the KTM 500 EXC.
With your stage 1?
With the stage 1, we're right there now. So putting the Honda on a level playing field as a off-road bike is very needed to put an aftermarket exhaust, ECU, and remove this snorkel. And then you'll be 100% surprised on how much better this little bike can be. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thanks, Jamie. Have fun.